The snow comes down in silence, thick, cold, and endless, a weight on the cabins, on the shoulders of the settlers, on the land itself. In the frozen edge of Iowa, at Spirit Lake, nothing moves except the wind. It howls like an omen. The settlers here are weary. They ration what little they have. They mend what they can. Most are new to the land, families who came west with dreams and found only frostbitten silence. They build fires. They pray the thaw comes soon. Not far away, another group clings to life. Wahpekute, a Wahpekute Sioux leader, has been driven from his home, denied aid by government agents, and pushed into exile by his own people. His band is starving, children wail, the old die with eyes open. And when the cold tightens around them like a noose, something inside Wahpekute snaps. March 8, 1857. The first cabin falls before the sun reaches its peak. The Massacre family hears a knock, opens the door, and the snow turns red. No warning, no mercy, muskets, tomahawks, screams swallowed by pine and wind. The attackers move fast, shadows across the white. At the Gardner homestead, young Abby Gardner stands frozen as they approach. Her father shouts, her brothers try to fight, but there are too many. Her family is cut down, one by one. Her father's skull is split open. Her mother is shot in the doorway. Abby is pulled from the wreckage, sobbing, bleeding, alive. She is not alone. 3 other young women, Lydia Noble, Margaret Marble, and Elizabeth Thatcher, are taken with her. The killers don't speak. They don't explain. They march their captives north into the wilderness, where the cold bites and the food runs out. Nights blur into each other. Abby watches women be traded like property between bands. She hears more gunshots in the distance and wonders if someone else just died. The settlers who survive flee to Fort Dodge. Word spreads slowly, carried by riders across icy roads. No one can believe the scale of it. 35 killed in the span of days. Entire families wiped out. Cabins burned to the ground. One community erased. The army is late. By the time they arrive, the killers have vanished into the northern territories. There's no battle, no justice, just smoke and silence. The men search the snow for survivors and find only what the birds have left behind. For Abby, the nightmare drags on. She's held for nearly 3 months. Her feet crack from frost. Her ribs show. She doesn't cry anymore. There's no point. Finally, word reaches the Dakota agents. Through bribes and uneasy diplomacy, the women are returned, one at a time. Abby steps off the wagon, a ghost of herself, but she remembers. Every moment, every scream, every face. Years later, she writes it all down. The first settler woman in Iowa to publish a full account of such a massacre. Her story spreads, filling lecture halls, newspapers, and classrooms. She becomes a symbol of survival and pain, and eventually purchases the ruins of her family's cabin. She turns it into a museum. People come from miles around to hear her speak of that day. Each time, it costs her something. Wahpekute is never captured. He disappears into legend, then resurfaces years later, fighting alongside Sitting Bull at the Battle of Little Bighorn. Some say he was insane. Others say he was inevitable. A man abandoned by the world who decided to set it on fire. Spirit Lake was rebuilt. It stands today, quiet and clean, with no sign of what happened that March. But in the stillness, under the snow, the land remembers. So does she. Thank you for listening to Deserted Trails. Subscribe for more forgotten stories from the old frontier.